Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I also stand to support this report and the motion by the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget on the County Allocation of Revenue Bill 2026-2027. Mr. Speaker, I'll have a few things to say in support, but also to share an opinion. And I'm happy that the chair of Finance and Budget is in the House and keenly following what members are saying about this bill. Mr. Speaker, let's begin by congratulating the committee for coming up with this bill, and after serious deliberations with the National Assembly on the mediation, they have been able to give an additional 13 billion Kenya shillings to counties from the previous financial year. Speaker, first things first, I have followed those mediation conversations very, very keenly, and I heard time and again the members of parliament from both houses who participated in the mediation pointing out that the additional 13 billion Kenya shillings that was given to county government, a good percentage of it should be used to settle pending bills and other trade payables and reduce the pressure on Kenyan business people working with county governments. So, Speaker, at the advent of devolution, there was excitement, especially from contractors. You know, people who never imagined in their lifetime that they would be contracting and working with government. They started working with government and they were signing business contracts with county governments running into millions of shillings. Mr. Speaker, that joy has been turned to serious sorrow for a lot of these contractors, that they have accumulated a lot of pending bills. They have pushed actually some of these contractors to bankruptcy. Some have been told of cases of some contractors, Mr. Speaker, who have actually even committed suicide because of the burden that they have been given by county governments for non-payment of pending bills. So I'm expecting, Mr. Speaker, that the pronouncement by the mediation committee on the use of a percentage of the 13 billion to settle some of the pending bills, that by the time we are coming to the next financial year, Mr. Speaker, we are going to see a serious reduction on the pending bills, especially from county governments. Mr. Speaker, you may want to require the Senator of Mandera and the Senator of Garissa to pay keen attention to what Kitui is saying. You know, I don't want to go there, Senator Abdul, but that's fine. So, Mr. Speaker, the second thing that I want to say about this bill is that I want the people of Kitui that sent me to the Senate to represent them and the interests of their government to know that even though we have not gotten the amount of money that this is money that can be used to transform the lives of the people at the grassroots. I am happy to note the Speaker, and I know I've seen the Senator for Makueni and the Senator for Machakos, and I hope they will get an opportunity to also contribute to this bill, that cumulatively the southeastern Kenya economic bloc is getting an additional 944 million Kenya shillings. That the 3 counties of Ukambani are getting almost an additional 100 an additional 1 billion Kenya shillings in this financial year. Cumulatively, the allocation to that region, cumulatively, the 3 counties, is 31,603 million Kenya shillings. Mr. Speaker, you know, one of the bills that, and I do not want to put the Secretariat on the spot on this one, Mr. Speaker, I have proposed a regional economic blocks bill to entrench the regional economic blocks into law so that now counties can lawfully appropriate for cross-county projects. Mr. Speaker, the minute we begin to look at counties as regional blocks to undertake major projects with contributions from all the counties within the bloc, then, Mr. Speaker, we may begin to have meaningful development in our regions. So, Mr. Speaker, with that 1 billion Kenya shillings this year going to the southeastern Kenya economic bloc, the 3 counties of Makueni, Kitui, and Machakos, then it is only fair to expect that there will be meaningful development in that region. Mr. Speaker, there is a matter that a number of my colleagues have addressed themselves to on the matter of the affirmative resource allocation to 12 counties in Kenya, the so-called small counties. And I see the Senator of Elgeyo Marakwet is smiling because he knows that this Senate, in its wisdom, invoked the provisions of Article 203 of the Constitution, and 35 counties in this country, led by their senators, agreed to donate 4.4 billion Kenya shillings to 12 small counties to try and bring them at par with the rest of the country. Mr. Speaker, you know, I sit down at times and listen to people asking what the Senate does. And I say, it must be very true when the Bible says that my people perish for lack of knowledge. Mr. Speaker, that move by the Senate was a masterstroke. The 35 counties said, we shall allow 12 counties who are part of this country to get an additional 371 million Kenya shillings every year for the next 5 years, Mr. Speaker, so that we can spur growth in those counties. Mr. Speaker, to the amazement of all of us, and Mr. Speaker, without bragging, I moved that amendment myself. But the amazement of all of us, those 12 counties are the most notorious in doing the wrong things. They are the most notorious in trying to avoid or evade accountability. Mr. Speaker, it's a big shame. And I want to call on those governors. And I see the senator of Tharaka-Nithi is here. He was part of that team that worked very hard to ensure that we give additional monies to their counties. Kirinyaga is here. And he worked very hard, Mr. Speaker, to ensure that we give more funds to their counties. But if these senators get an opportunity, Mr. Speaker, to even contribute to this bill, perhaps if they will tell you the frustration that they're having with their governors, trying just to push for accountability and saying, when I go back to the Senate, how will I convince my colleagues that they did the right thing to give us additional allocation, a special consideration that was given to these counties? Mr. Speaker, I want to ask those governors, because there is still 2 more financial years to go. I mean, this financial year and then the next financial year, to try and put this money into better use for the benefit of the people in those counties. Mr. Speaker, the third issue that I want to address myself to. Now this I want to address the Senator of Mandera, my friend, who is the chair of the Finance and Budget Committee of the Senate of the Republic of Kenya. Mr. Speaker, Article 176 of the Constitution is the one that establishes county governments. And it defines the county governments without ambiguity, that they consist of the county executive and the county assemblies. And Mr. Speaker, in that definition, there isn't an arm of government in the counties that is superior or subservient to the other. They are both arms of government. Mr. Speaker, I have seen we have had a minimal increment in the revenues that we are sending to county governments. In their wisdom, and this is what I want the Senator for Mandera to consider going forward. In their wisdom, they have proposed to us in this bill that we increase the ceilings for the current expenditure for the county executives by 1.8 billion Kenya shillings, which is fine. Where I have a slight problem, Mr. Speaker, is when they propose to us that we reduce the ceilings for recurrent expenditure for county assemblies by 744 million Kenya shillings. Mr. Speaker, we must appreciate certain things because we all represent counties and the interests of devolution. That the county assemblies, truth be told, have been underfunded and to a great extent they live under the mercies of the executives. Mr. Speaker, why can't we look for a way of ensuring a greater level of autonomy for the county assemblies, and not just autonomy, but also financial muscle, so that they are able to plan their spending, not always with a very tight budget, but at times some bit of flexibility to ensure them even be able to serve their people better. Mr. Speaker, I say this because in the hierarchy of elected leaders, it is the representatives of the wards that have a greater touch with the grassroots than any other elected leader in the country. These are the people that every morning when they wake up, there are people from their village, there are people from their families, people from their locations, from their sub-locations, bringing issues to them. Mr. Speaker, a way must be found. I wouldn't say that I have the solution, but a way must be found. Just in the same way, Mr. Speaker, that we have found a way of pushing for the ability of senators to undertake a level of oversight for the county executive, a way should be found, Mr. Speaker. And this I challenge the chairman of the Budget and Finance and Budget Committee, because he himself is a product of devolution. He has served as a governor for the entire term, 10 years. He's now serving as a senator. So he is acquainted with devolution and the nuances around it better than maybe a lot of us. To just find a way of making it possible for members of county assemblies across the country to be a little bit more autonomous, to be able to even carry out proper oversight, primary oversight over the executive, Mr. Speaker. Because that way then we begin to see devolution working. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, let me say this. One of the biggest challenges to devolution, and again, the chairman finance should also hear this, where I see the biggest challenge to devolution is when we started the chain of devolution and we got to the county headquarters. It is like we stopped devolving at the county headquarters. Senator Robert, the Speaker, may benefit from this. I don't know whether he is a beneficiary or a culprit on this matter. We devolved. And then when we go to the county headquarters, it's like we froze devolution at the county headquarters. There will be need to devolve further. And the Speaker, the Constitution envisages a situation where the ward administratively becomes the lowest level of devolution, where decisions, even decisions on expenditure, can be made at the ward level. Because devolution, the way I understand it, the Speaker, was never supposed to be just the establishment of county headquarters, and then all the decisions about the county are made at the county headquarters. We should go further, including devolving more funds to the wards, helping the ward representatives to be more effective in their oversight roles. Mr. Speaker, with those remarks, I support.
Senator Murango.
Asante sana mstahiki Spika kwa nafasi hii ya kuchangia mswada huu wa ugavi wa pesa zinazoenda kwa kaunti zetu. Mstahiki Spika, cha kwanza ningetaka kushukuru kamati ambayo imekamati husika kwa sababu ya kazi nzuri, pamoja na kamati ya maridhiano ambayo iliweza kufikia mahali tumefika leo na